Well Park Children's Centre, Developing Writing Skills, Virtual Home Learning. In this video, we are going to be focusing on the development of writing skills and will give you ideas of some things you can try at home. Early writing is made up of three things: the physical act of producing marks on a page, which we refer to as mark making, the meaning that children assign to these marks, and developing an understanding of how the written language works. Early writing skills are a good predictor of children's early reading success. Developing these skills is also important to developing early literacy skills for reading, understanding print, the alphabet and sounds. Emergent writing is broken down into different stages. The stages of writing are drawing, scribbling, wavy scribbles, letter-like forms, letter strings, traditional writing, invented phonetic spelling, beginning word and phrase writing, conventional spelling and sentence writing. Supporting writing at home in the early years is about helping your child to develop the skills they will need to move on to writing. This is not simply about teaching your child how to write their name. There are a number of skills they must acquire before they are ready to even hold a pencil properly. Before young children can write and hold a pencil properly, we must help them to develop the skills to do so. This is called the pre-writing stage. This includes hand and finger strength, crossing the midline, pencil grasp, hand-eye coordination, bilateral integration, upper body strength, object manipulation, visual perception, hand dominance and hand division. As you can see from the X-ray picture, young children have not yet developed the connections between their bones and their fingers and their wrists, so it is important for us to help develop those muscles. At nursery, we use finger gym exercises to help develop pre-writing skills. Here are some examples you can try at home. Why not try some threading? You can use different types of pasta for threading to help with fine motor control and to develop hand-eye coordination. Why not turn it into a fun game by making it a race? Set the timer and see who can thread the most pieces of pasta or Cheerios onto some spaghetti in 1 minute. You can also help to develop scissor skills. I know that some parents are a little bit apprehensive about giving their young children some scissors, but scissors are a really essential tool in helping children to develop the muscles in their hands and their fine motor control. You can draw some lines on a piece of paper and encourage your child to cut along the lines to help build the muscles and strength in your child's hand. You don't even have to draw the lines. You can just give them a piece of paper and some scissors and encourage them to chop it up into lots of little pieces. Here are a few more finger gym ideas that you can try at home. Finger gym is a really great way to help children to develop the muscles in their hands that will help them to make controlled movements with a pencil. They also help to develop hand-eye coordination, hand dominance, bilateral integration, and many more of the pre-writing skills necessary for developing emergent writing. Helping your child to make Play-Doh encourages the development of many skills. The physical act of mixing with a spoon or using their hands helps to develop many essential muscles for writing. Encourage your child to squeeze the Play-Doh and roll it. Roll out sausage shapes and use rolling pins. Even rolling it out flat and encouraging them to use their fingers to make patterns or pictures in the Play-Doh. Why not try the washing line game? Hang up a piece of string or wool to make a washing line in your house. Give your child a basket of clothes and some pegs, and encourage them to hang them up on the washing line. You could make it a little bit more difficult for them by shouting out pieces of clothing for them to hang. Once they are better at controlling the pegs, you could set a timer and see how many pieces of clothes they can hang on the washing line in 1 minute. This will help to develop their finger and hand strength and fine motor pincer movements for pencil control. Okay, let's get moving. Developing writing skills isn't all about hand strength, it is also about arm and shoulder and back development. Why not try some wheelbarrow races? Get your child to walk around on their hands while you hold their feet. If they have siblings at home, why not turn it into a race? You could also try some animal walks. Ask your child to move around the room like different animals. If you scan the QR code on the page, it will take you to a video on YouTube that will show you examples of different animal walks. Moving around using their arms and legs will help to develop the muscles in their shoulders and arms and backs that will help them to sit at a desk properly and to hold a pencil for writing. One of the easiest ways to develop writing skills is to encourage your child to draw. Draw or colour with them, starting out with chunky pencils or crayons and moving on to finer writing materials as they get better at holding them. You could also pin a piece of paper to the wall or underneath a table and encourage them to paint or draw this way. This type of drawing also helps to encourage the development of arm and shoulder muscles for writing. You can even take your drawing outside with chalk or water and paint on the path. Helping young children to strengthen the muscles in their hands helps to prepare them for holding a pencil with the appropriate grip for writing. Children generally will move through these pencil grip stages naturally by themselves. We can encourage and model pencil grip, but it is important not to force children to hold a grip that they are not ready for. Getting to the point where a child can hold a pencil in the tripod grip is a process that involves practicing all of the skills mentioned in the pre-writing stage. If they do not achieve the tripod grip by the time they go to school, please do not worry. They will develop this skill with practice. If your child begins to show a real interest in letters and begins to ask what they are, it is best to introduce them first to letter sounds rather than letter names, as this will prepare them for the first phase of learning about letters at school. Most primary schools will use the Jolly Phonics programme to introduce letter sounds, and this is what we use at nursery. You can refer to the Jolly Phonics website, or you can scan the QR code below and find out how it works on YouTube. This topic will be covered in more depth in our phonics video. It is important to role model writing skills for your child. Let them see you write. It is something we do less of now with all the different technologies available to us. Seeing you write allows them to see how letters are formed. Try to stay away from practicing letter writing on tablets using just one finger. It is really important for your child to develop the muscles in their hand and to develop the correct pencil grip. Write lists, label objects in their room, read stories. Surround them with words, letters and sounds. Scribble and write with them. Point out words and letters to them in the environment. Point out street names, words that begin with the same letter or sound as their name. Don't worry if they can't write their name before they go to school. This is something that they will learn when they get there. One last little reminder. Learning writing skills through play is the best way to learn. If you're going to sit down and play a game with your child, then remember these simple tips. You know your child best. If they are not good at sitting, then play a more active game. Then introduce short sitting games to encourage concentration. Make sure you have nothing else to do so that you are not called away from the game. Put your phone away. Get down to your child's level to play. Give them lots and lots of praise. Make it a giggly game. Get answers wrong so that your child can correct you. Children love nothing more than when adults are silly. And please remember to have lots and lots of fun.